The New York judge overseeing the civil fraud case against Donald Trump is losing patience with the former president's legal team. Fun. On Tuesday morning, Judge Arthur Engoron snapped at Trump's legal team when it again attempted to dispute expert testimony, arguing the alleged billionaire cannot be fined for fraudulently inflating the value of the Trump organization in financial documents, reported ABC News. Of course, Engoron pushed back against this for obvious reasons, but let me give you the quote here. For reasons this court has explained ad nauseum, that view is simply incorrect. The defendants are whistling past the graveyard here. So, look, I feel like this case, I feel for the guy, okay, Engoron, because he's dealing with a toddler, almost a toddler, doesn't want to listen. Look, Trump's already been busted, the organization. We know that they've done fraud. And what this trial is actually about is how long Trump should metaphorically be put in the corner, right? Whether it be, fined $250 million and losing his business license in New York, when it comes to, like, that's what Attorney General Letitia James is asking for. I don't know if that's going to be the end result here, but there's going to be something. All right. Now, on Tuesday, her legal team brought in an expert to explain how the fine that she seeks is permissible under the law, how she can actually take Trump to civil court. All right. Now, that said, Trump attorney Christopher Kise tried to counter the expert's claim, arguing that prosecutors could not prove that lender banks would have acted differently if they knew Trump was lying about the valuations. So, wait a minute. So you're saying a bank, right, that wants to arguably make good investments so they can make a return on that investment, would not have acted differently, would not have said, oh, no, it turns out that you're actually lying about the valuations, that you're massively inflating them, so you're not as profitable, you're not, they're not as worth as much as you're saying. And they're saying the bank, if they knew that, would still lend them money? Like, as much as they did before. They could still lend them money, sure, but it would be a lot less than what they would have loaned him had the valuations actually been accurate. If they were high valuations, which they weren't, because there's only one reason that you would lie about the valuations of your properties to lenders, and that's to get a more favorable, larger loan. This legal team, I don't, I know what they're doing, right? It's just not very smart. Stupid. Okay. Anyway, wow. Now, of course, when they were making this argument, Engoron cut him off and said, quote, disgorgement is a clearly available remedy. Several witnesses have testified that they would have acted differently had they known the statements of financial condition were fraudulent. Yes, that's anybody with a brain. Yeah, of course they would have said, of course if I had known, I wouldn't give him that much money. Are you kidding me? No. What are you talking about? Wow. Look, here's the thing. He did the fraud. This trial is not about whether or not he did the fraud. Engoron, at the beginning of the trial, is like, we know he did the fraud. This is not about whether or not he did do it. He did it. We're just trying to figure out how much you owe as a result of this. His legal team knows, okay? Now, again, whether or not he'll be forced to pay $250 million, lose all of his business licenses in New York, again, yet to be determined, right? Sure. He might not. I mean, look, right now, the Attorney General, James has agreed to, okay, we're going to hold off on pulling all his, business license certifications in the state. I agree to that. Fine. Go ahead. I just want to wait till this is over, till the verdict is reached, right? At the end. So, fine. Don't know if you're going to lose all your business licenses, your certifications, but you know what? We're just trying to figure out, again, what you're liable for. So look, he made over $100 million off this fraud that he perpetrated in the state of New York. So if they don't hit him with that, then what's the point? They have to. They have to. And I hope they would hit him with more. I mean, he's obviously not a trustworthy businessman who's going to try to screw over everyone else. If he doesn't have at least $100 million in restitution, I mean, what are we doing here, right? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. That said, what Trump's team is doing is running the most nonsensical defenses they can. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the goal is to test, the patience of the court, maybe to get Engren to act like unprofessionally or something, call for a mistrial, say, oh, the bias, they're not treating me right. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But look, I've seen, the reports. Engren's had to, slap down Trump's legal team for making ridiculous arguments over and over and over again. That's the only thing in my mind can think of. And it shows no sign of stopping making these ridiculous arguments. And so, look, it's going to get worse when it comes to the trial, because you're pretty soon going to have Trump's kids that are going to testify, including Ivanka. That's going to be very interesting. What kind of cross-examination happens there, and and what Trump's response is going to be outside. He's already been fined, for going after the judge's team on Truth Social. And look, I don't know how much more these judges are actually going to take when it comes to that kind of harassment, constantly breaking the gag orders against him. I mean, it's going to get worse before the end. And so, yeah, everybody grab your popcorn, because yeah, it's going to get real interesting.